And let me tell you too, my petty boots are real tall today.
Mine are thigh high. You see me tugging my boots up.
I keep like pulling my shirt down, thinking pulling my shirt down is gonna keep my help my petty boots. Like these are two completely
we can look at Michael Cohen all night long. Like, what else is he going to bring out in his book? I mean, he's like 20 questions easy if you run out of questions.
Seriously, I was just like, oh my gosh. And then like I had a friend, my friend reached out and she's like, hey, just sending you prayer. There's a lot going on. So that's why I asked you earlier. I was like, Jen, did some pop off in the last like hour?
I'm glad we waited because my cat, passed away last Friday, a week ago Friday. And I'm like, yeah, I want to have fun with Adrian. So I'm glad we weren't scheduled for that weekend. So it worked out better, I think, for us to wait a little bit.
Same. And I've just been keeping you and your loved kitty, all of the kitties, but just know that's hard. Like, because you said, how long do you?
Well, when I moved up here, I had 10 cats, and which is way too many. And I vowed I'd never have more than 2 or 3 again. But they found me, and so they were all aging out. So Bruiser was 17. Max died at 19. Sophie at 18. I mean, that's old for a cat. So I've been losing 2 a year for the last 6 years. I'm down to 3 cats. Because Lucy came with the house.
She just showed up.
I moved in.
Hey, you're going to be my mama.
She likes cats. My owner doesn't.
So, hi, new mom. Gonna clean out my poop box and give me treats.
And for walks and give me canned food. I don't think she'd ever had canned cat food.
Oh.
And keep me safe from the coyotes. Yeah, she knows she's a good girl.
Hey, we're just chit chatting and BSing and flim flamming and all the goodness. And I have manners, I promise. Hi, everyone. Welcome to Politics and Giggles with our amazing friend, Jenn Lynn.
Hey, everybody.
Forgive us.
I'm already laughing. Adrian cracked me up, so I'm going to be laughing through this whole thing.
And I'm like, okay. Don't cuss too much. Be petty, but not too petty, and no more conspiracy theories. Okay, those are my 3 ground rules for tonight. I'm going to break all 3 of them, I promise you. Thank you so much, Ian. We're already starting with the Super Chats.
Ian from Bonnie, Scotland.
Bonnie, Scotland. So listen, when that super chat money you gave me to buy a razor, I bought the razor. But what I did was I took that and I added a few more dollars to it. So I got one of those special, like kind of razors, and it's in the shower now. And I got all that hair that was consuming me earlier. So
she's good now. I'd like to contribute to the razor fund.
Yes.
Hey, Becca.
Hey, Becca. Hi, everybody. Renee, Ian. We've got over 103 people, which is like pretty much all my subscribers.
Well, we were just laughing before we went live. I just, did the reading with Johnny and Becca last night. It's been less than 24 hours or right at 24 hours. And so much stuff hit the fan today. I've got a list of questions.
Oh my gosh. And
crazy.
I already had 10 questions before we popped up and started talking. So, and I was like, we probably won't ask all these 10. And like, I think 8 of them you already had. So I was like, okay, well, this is going to be a wild ride.
Yeah. And we know we're going to spin off into a few other questions on some.
Exactly. But I'm ready for it. Are you ready?
We have one serious question we want to look at. Let's get the serious one out of the way. Yep. And then we'll have fun and cut up with everybody on all the other questions, because we're going to get our petty boots on after this one.
Totally petty boots. And thank you so much, Sharon, for the super chat. I really appreciate it.
For more razors.
For more razors and hair dye, because I've been plucking out there's like, you'll look and it's flowy and then you'll see like patches of gray. And I'm like, this is
my God. It is so humid here today. We have been cool all week, and all of a sudden today it's hot and humid. My hair is like limp as a biscuit.
It is ridiculously hot. I actually started I was cussing on my patio trying to water my plants, and like all these people were looking at me. I'm like, it's hot too, and you want to cuss as well. Shut the hell up.
I took Lucy out on the back porch, and she sat there for a minute, and she's like, oh, hell no. Back to the door, like, it is too hot.
Becca, I would embrace the grays, but here's the issue. My gray hair, first of all, started graying at 17. I am nowhere near the age where I should have as many gray hairs as I do. They're not cute because they're a completely different texture. So they stick up and go out in the opposite direction of my hair. So no matter how much product I use, blow dryers, whatever, it's like I look like Dennis the Menace. Like it doesn't even look like weird gray hair than regular hair. It's so unattractive right now.
They have a mind of their own. It's like I grew the color out of my hair a few years ago. I used to color it just to thicken it up because my hair is baby fine. Mm-hmm. And I realized I was coloring it the same color it was. So I was like, well, shoot, I'll let because I've gone from bright red to dark auburn. I've been every color under the sun. But I'm 59 and I don't have one gray hair. So I'm like, everybody else, all that, there's 3 more siblings in my family. They were all gray before they were 40 or by the time they were 40. I don't know what's going on in my genes, but
that's awesome.
If I turn a pretty silver gray, I would let it. I love silver hair.
I would too if they would have a respectable texture, but this
they would behave and
freaking respectful. So I'm like, okay, pluck. Okay. Now to the serious question. Let's get into it. So Jacob Blake, for those of you guys who don't know who Jacob Blake is, I'm going to give you a little backstory. So peep it, take a seat for a second. Let's hear the story, okay? So Jacob Blake is a father of, I believe, 4. Black man, lives in Wisconsin. Over the weekend, I believe, there was a shooting, or there was a situation that happened. There was a fight that broke out. So the police were called. Upon arriving at the scene, Jacob was trying to break up the fight. However, the police shot and killed him. So without even assessing the situation, go up, they see a black man, booyaka, booyaka.
Did he die? Because last I heard he was
in critical condition.
Critical, okay.
Very,
shot him 7 times in the back. In the back. So again, he's not even facing them. They're not even looking at him to see what's going on, assessing the situation. They shoot first, okay? Because he was the one trying to break up the fight. And to make matters worse, 3 of his children were there. So they shot him in front of his children. As of today is Monday. So as of this morning, 2 of the officers have been placed on leave, okay? I want to take a look at this. I want to know what's next for this situation. We all know what I mean, what's next. Will there be justice? What's going to happen? But I don't want to taint the reading. So I just want to know kind of what's next. A general what's next.
Yeah. What do you think? Is that good?
Yeah, we'll start there.
Okay.
See what comes up.
The story's not really trending much on social. You have to really be kind of paying attention to even know what's going on.
The video is awful to watch. Yeah. I mean, as they all are. All these videos, it's like enough already.
Yeah. And I think the only reason that they're placed on leave is because when it first happened, there wasn't much dialogue. The story wasn't even trending, of course, until boom, the tape is happening. And so now, as of this morning, oh, look, there's the tape. Oh, look, they're on leave.
These cops ought to learn. People have cell phones and they're going to film stuff. Like, what do you think you're going to get away with anymore?
Right.
Oh, here comes Becca's boyfriend, Artie.
I would say, was he up there earlier?
He was behind me. Now he's over beside me.
So here's what I'm getting. So let's talk with the high priestess. So they're playing some crap out behind the scenes. There's some kind of mess going on. I feel like they're trying, what can we hide? What can we let leak and not let leak to kind of cover our behinds? Followed with the Empress, the King of Cups, the 5 of Swords, and the 8 of Wands. So I'm thinking that there's going to be speedy and swift action. However, that's going to come after there is some defending and also some kind of flimflammery and bullshittery. I'm going to be very honest with you. I think that this is a mess right now, and they're trying to figure out what to do and how to kind of, I hate to say cover their tracks, guys. That's ill. But to be honest with you, they're trying to figure out how to tell the story. There's things going on behind the scenes that they're just trying to get everything together. Wouldn't be surprised. Do we know who the chief is, or maybe the mayor of the city? Because I think that's the king of whoever this person is. They're the ones trying to get this strategy together just to win at all costs.
Mm-hmm.
before whatever comes out. It's gonna be quick and speedy action though with the Eight of Wands. I want to pull another clarifier though. Is it gonna be, because I don't see justice, I don't see anything like that. I want to get some more clarifiers. Go ahead, Jen. I'll do that one.
I'm not getting justice card either, but I've got my card for America on the bottom. This is trying to keep a lid on the emotions, but it's also my card for America. Like, America's watching, what do you think you're doing there? They're trying to hang on. Their challenge is to hold steady. This is the steady night. This is the car, like he's walking to the car.
Yeah.
And then everything changed in the past and in the foundation. There is going to be some new tangible evidence that's going to come forward. So I'm going to say there's going to be another video.
Is that the Page of Swords?
Page of Pentacles. So there's going to be something else tangible coming out. So I think somebody else has got from a different angle, another video we're going to see. So this person of authority, whether it's the mayor or the police chief, is trying to say it's for security purposes. He's going to be talking and talking and talking and trying to claim victory over this. But then there's this wait and see, because there's strength building right now. So I'm going to say protesters, and that person of authority is going to be defending himself. So I'm not getting a court card yet. This may take a little while before it gets to that point. They're working on how they're going to spin this. They're working on how they're going to communicate this, and there's a cover up involved. They're in for a battle. There's going to be protesters and everything else, of course. There already is. It's eventually going to court. There will be an agreement, so I think it will settle out of court.
Yeah, because I get justice in the Chariot as well.
Yeah, I think it won't go to a full trial. It feels like it gets resolved into the cycle, like some sort of settlement out of court.
Let me see. Yeah, I took a little bit of a deep breath. Yeah, justice to I get 10 of Pentacles, so definitely some kind of payout. Thank you so much, Sean. I appreciate it. Thank you so much for the super chat. 10 of Pentacles, 5 of Wands, being left out in the cold. Yeah, I don't think it's going to be, I agree. I don't think it's going to be justice the way that we want to see it. I think there's going to be some type of, hate to say it, payout, or some kind of, we're going to just do this and go away, just get it to go away.
Let's try looking at from another angle. What's going to happen to the police officers who did the shooting?
Because that's what I want to know too. Because I've got 6 of Wands, so I'm like, pulling hard.
Yeah. I know he was shot 7 times in the back, but I didn't catch how many police officers shot at him.
I think, when I was reading, there was at least 3, because 2 have already been placed on leave.
Okay.
I feel like I read this morning. Why am I getting 5? Total, but I know there's at least 2 have been placed on leave, and they were trying to get the third one on leave. But let's take a look what's going to happen to the.
Thank you, Larry girl. Egypt, if we've got a bunch of questions we prepared. If we have time at the end, we might take some from chat, but we've got a lot of questions already, so we'll probably hit the subject you want us to read on anyway.
And thank you to everybody. Thank you so much, Catherine Bush. That's so sweet of you. Thank you so much for the super chat. And thank you to, there's a lot of you guys who left questions in the community posts that I put out yesterday. So all of those questions are been added. So those will definitely most likely get done tonight too.
Thank you, Asantiwa. I'm not sure I'm pronouncing that right. Asantiwa.
Thank you, girl. I'm trying to keep my frizzies. Thank you so much for the super chat. For the compliment. So let's take a look at the cops. What's going to happen?
Purely for entertainment purposes only, YouTube.
Because I'll need y'all.
We're gonna get more entertaining after this.
Well, Jen, I've got some positive news. 8 of Swords is one of the first cards that pop out, followed by 8 of Wands. So there's going to be a little burden. Maybe look, Dorothy even looks like she's in jail. That makes me happy.
Oh, I love that deck.
Followed by the Eight of Wands. So there's going to be some swift action. However, here's where I'm kind of like, ends with the Seven of Swords. So some kind of deceit, trickery. I'm wondering if this jail time that I'm seeing is short-lived. Like maybe they'll press charges, put them in, they got to go to jail, and then they find a way to kind of get out of it.
Yeah, they're holding steady. But people are asking questions. They're trying to business as usual, for image sake. But there's going to be some illumination, and I had to look on the bottom for a second. It's like, this is my like robbing Peter to pay Paul, like feeling like you're getting the crumbs.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what people are going to feel like, the way that they're going to handle these police. But don't worry, because they get the tower coming up.
Good.
There will be investigations into the structure of the whole department, and moving forward with that. These police are going to have a rough transition. This is my pack your bags, you're moving. So I think they're going to be let go. And then I get their corruption and their lies, going with them. So there's something big and tangible coming out. Somebody's got another tape.
Can we ask a question? Well, let's ask an addendum to this. I'm getting something's going to happen. How I placed my cards, I've got the happy family, which to me is the police force. Particularly, I'm getting that particular police union. Let's pair that with what you just said. Is something going to come out? What's going to come out? Because I feel like it's going to, I hate to say sully and tarnish and the reputation, but something's about to happen to shake up this happy family. So it's not even just going to implicate the cops that are involved, but like you said, it's going to go deeper. I want
the whole structure, the whole systemic structure. Thank you, Desiree.
Thanks, Desiree. Can we maybe see if the tarot will tell us what?
Yeah, what's getting ready? What tangible thing is getting ready to come out?
Who's got stains in their knickers? Because I feel like something.
I just keep hearing corruption at a very high level.
I keep hearing corruption of money. It's like, I don't know. Let's see. So I don't want to almost get too into this. Yeah, Jan, you would think that, hey, there's a microscope on police right now. You need to kind of pump the brakes, or everybody's watching us, but no, that's just not quite what's going on in these streets. Oh my gosh, thank you so much, Renee. We appreciate you for the super chat. That's very sweet of you. It's something that's going to stir people's emotions. I just am not getting what this is.
I'm getting
there's a Two of Cups. There's some entity, people seeing eye to eye about how the union should behave and go. They were satisfied with how it's playing out, but something, I'm not getting what's going to change. What are you getting?
Well, I'm getting on the bottom, like there's entrapment. There's something about entrapment, because this is a card of feeling trapped and bound and can't move. There's some lies. So right off the bat, right in the middle, that they're going to be investigating again through the whole structure of the police force. So the systemic part of it.
Yeah.
Things are not balanced, and they're not balanced. There are people that are working together that make it unbalanced. So,
and this has been going on for a long time too, with the Seven of Pentacles. It's just been. Yeah,
there's treachery that's been going on, and it's going to force someone very high up to leave. So like the chief of police or whatever, somebody very high up is going to get forced out. They've got a lot of regrets. And there will be change that will be satisfactory, but it's going to be from someone that's more supportive of the community and how they should. So it looks to me like they are going to make some inroads towards the systemic racism.
Yeah.
But it's going to take some time because I'm having to pull a lot of cards to see it. So
there may be somebody interim that they put in because they get the full. So there's going to be somebody to when whoever has to leave, they're going to put somebody in place. This is going to be new to them just to kind of get a new face to transition and kind of rebrand, if you will.
Yeah. They're gonna break it down. They're gonna break it down and look at it and rebuild it. So there have been a lot of cover-ups and a lot of handshakes on that, so to speak. A lot of agreements about the cover-ups. So I think we're gonna find out more. We were asking what's gonna come out. I think we're gonna find out about more cover-ups they've done, as well as I still feel like there's gonna be another tape. Somebody else has a tape that shows more.
I hate to say I hope so, but that man and his family need justice. And not to mention, there was probably a list of things that happened. This isn't the first time this probably has happened. It's just the first time that they got busted like this. Yeah. So justice for
Jacob.
Justice for Jacob and justice for everybody else before then who went through something like this.
Light a candle for Jacob, guys.
Yeah, because he is not in good condition. They were like, it's not looking good. So
I don't know how you survived 7 gunshot wounds, and I don't even want to look at that, so we won't go there.
Oh my gosh. Let's get into some petty McTeddy. Do we want to go in? Do you want to look at PP tape part 2, or do you want to look at the dysfunctional family?
Let's look at the dysfunctional family. Kellyanne
and George. So this was the most requested question that I got, which is really funny too, because this was already something I was going to read on. So y'all know their daughter has been going H-A-M. And if you don't know what ham means, go to Urban Dictionary, look it up, but make sure you put H period, A period, M period. Otherwise you're going to get a whole bunch of that you don't want to see. She's been going ham. And so yesterday, she's kind of like, you know what? I want to emancipate from a crazy ass mama and a crazy ass daddy. She did say, and this is the part that kind of gave me 19 damn chuckles, was, while my mama is crazy, please don't believe that my daddy's poo don't stink either, because he's a different version of crazy, because we don't agree on anything politically either. He just knows to keep his mouth shut. So George and Kellyanne have decided they're leaving, because don't forget, George is also part of the Lincoln Project. Are they really leaving for family reasons, or is there some other? It's true. Are they leaving for family reasons? True or false?
Yeah, because they have teens and tweens at home, and now with COVID and having to school at home, it's so difficult, and they need more family time. So why are they leaving their jobs? Kellyanne's been there, like, she waits till the week of the RNC convention to say, "Oh, see ya, Trump."
Yep.
He has lied for him over and over and been misinformation central and broken the what's the act where you're not supposed to talk about political campaigns?
Not emoluments, the other one. Oh shoot.
It begins with an H. I can't think of it.
Yeah, Higginboggle. We'll call it the Higginboggle Act.
The Higginboggle Act.
Y'all know what we're talking about. Gosh darn it. She broke the Higginboggle Act. Keep in mind too, don't y'all forget, I'm gonna pull a Johnny. Now, mind you, she was Trump's, I'm trying not to do it and flip everybody off, third campaign manager. First there was the what's his name, then there was what's his name, and they pulled her in. Don't forget, pull the pieces together. They pulled her in after he had gone through all of that drama with Trump hates women. So he made her the campaign manager, campaign director.
So the Hatch Act, they're refreshing our memory. So it's more like the Escape Hatch Act.
Open the hatch and slide down.
It's like, I said a few weeks ago, I said somebody else big is leaving in August. Somebody else is leaving the White House in August. So
You nailed it. Let's take a look.
I couldn't get who it was, but I could see somebody else was leaving.
Immediately, it's crossed. Starts with the Page of Wands, crossed by the Emperor. They're leaving. It's not them children. Yeah, it's not them children. It's Trump and the administration, and probably Putin too, because sometimes Putin shows up for me as the King of Pentacles, and he's showing up as the outcome. They're trying to. And keep in mind, they used to, in the past, is the Lover's card. They used to see eye to eye. Because remember, too, Kellyanne was, I don't know if she was an actual registered Democrat like Trump was, but she wasn't this cuckoo. So they had to have had an eye to eye. That's what was in the past.
Kellyanne has mafia ties to the Philadelphia Mafia, too, by the way, in her past.
Yeah.
Google that. Interesting story.
Very interesting stuff. This is definitely not for them children. So I get false.
Yeah, I get this was an erratic, quick decision that they made right on the bottom. Here's smug Trump. The challenge is for them to remain secure and live the lifestyle they want.
Yeah.
There's victory in the foundation here, but I feel like the victory is for the courts and America. So I think there's illumination coming on Kellyanne. I'm not feeling George in this so much. I'm feeling Kellyanne in this, probably about some money she has taken from like a big corporation in her day job, in her day-to-day thing. I think she's going to get called out on some money things. She's got judgment on her, something that was manipulated. She's not going to like what she was offered. I think she's going to end up with some legal problems. It's going to be something surprising and something treacherous for her. So, yeah, she's about to get burdened with court cases, I think.
I wonder if Trump asked her to leave.
Let's ask that.
I'm wondering if somebody tapped him on the shoulder and was like, she's about to get in trouble, right? Hey, pimp, let me tell you a secret.
It certainly wasn't about the children.
Because neither of you have checked the children. So I wonder if can we look into that? If he
was he even aware, or did he put her up to leaving?
Because here's the thing. Why are both of them stepping down? Right? Her, I get, because he could stay doing what he's doing with the Lincoln Project, what have you.
We'll look at him next. Let's look at her. Was she pushed out?
This was an emotional decision for her. I just pulled 2 chakra cards, and she gets not only the sacral chakra, which you guys is your house of a lot of things, but one of the things, it's your emotions, right? Oops. And you get your emotions card. See how that happens? So, and this is an emotions like, I can no longer stand by what he's doing, blah, 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 blah. No, this is, there's some fear. Something's really jarring her emotions and her need to kind of balance right now. Did Trump tap her on the shoulder?
Well, that's going to hurt. Not her shoulder, but stabbed in the back, right? They have been watching her for a while. Her challenge is something about a gift of money and steadily coming to her and bullying for it. There's money coming from somebody that's got a lot of money, and it's dark money. This has been going on for a long time. She's just about to get into a chaotic environment here. She's not going to like what she gets offered. That somebody is going to try to get her to flip is what I'm getting. And it's regrets and burden.
She's going to walk away. I get 5 of cups and 8 of cups. So whatever they offer her, she doesn't like it. But here's the thing too, because that's also followed with 5 of wands. They're going to put her in a position. You're either going to tell what you know or protect your butt. And I think she's going to make the wrong decision. I think she's not going to tell what she knows. She's going to walk away, and that's not going to bode well for her. I think that's going to probably end up in some more court cases or what have you.
Yeah, if she's involved in money laundering or anything like that,
Yeah.
then it could be implicating George also. Like, where'd all that money come from? You know?
Because again, her walking away, I get. There's something about him walking away that's giving me a question mark.
Yeah, let's look at him. What's up with George?
I pulled his cards earlier, his chakra cards. I get crown chakra and third eye chakra. Forgive me, but he doesn't know whether to shit or go blind. There's too much coming at him. He doesn't know what to trust, what to do, what to go, which to me screams, if she got him into some frackle knackle, that explains it. Because if you don't know whether to shit or go blind, he may have been caught off guard. He doesn't know kind of what to do and how to respond. Mr. Lincoln Project, Mr. This president is whatever. Okay, we see you. We see you. And your crazy ass wife. I said I wasn't going to cuss. How long did that last? 5 seconds into this reading?
There is. Oh man, I think he helped manipulate something about money. Here's the celebrated person that he is. Little Twitter star of his own. His challenge is Trump. Yeah. With money laundering, manipulations, judgment, did it for his own security. He's about to get a new action, and yeah, it's not going to be good. It's going to hurt. There's something sneaky he did with these funds over here. So I think he knows they're watching him.
Mm-hmm. The bottom of the deck, I got Wheel of Fortune. He's trying to plan something. He may be trying to plan his way out of this trouble.
It's steady money. Like he knew, like, where's all this steady money coming from? Like that amount, like a good size steady money. Their fortunes changed, and there's something hidden about it. So
that's what I
knew something wasn't right. He's trying to cover it up.
I'm gonna tell you what, though, he's burdened like a this is baby. I'd be stressed too. I'd be sitting there pitiful with my hands in my head, or my head in my hands, just like this. If I was, it's crossed by the Ten of Cups, which is sometimes the card I get from the Republican Party. I'm wondering if his involvement means hiding or laundering something for the RNC.
Yeah, if she was doing it and he's implicated because he's married to her.
Yeah, or I think his hands are dirty as well, because again, he had to kind of he's kind of have to, at first he was going to try to sit something out because that's at the base of this. At the crown is Trump, my Trump card with the Fool, but it ends with, again, this Two of Wands, this meeting to preparation, trying to get something together. I pulled some clarifiers and they weren't looking good for him. Again, baby, tell what you need to tell, say what you need to say, and cut CYA all day, every day, because it's not looking good. I do know whatever plan he sets out, it may be a little bit successful, or he's going to sit back on it with the Three of Wands to see how it plays out. There's some kind of support coming on with the Queen of Swords. But it ends with the clarifier ends with the World, which kind of gives me like, okay.
I just asked, is George going to face court cases? And on the bottom, I have my money laundering card again. It's like, oh my God, what's going on here? And like you said, something with the Republicans. There's my yes card. Mm-hmm. It's going to take a little while, though. There'll be a delay. So probably like after Biden comes in and they start investigating stuff. Yeah. But there's like an abundance of stuff, or even stuff from Russia. There's going to be a lot of attention put on George and Kellyanne, and a new action taken on them. And it's going to hurt. It's going to be painful.
It's not going to be pretty. Let's look at how this impacts their marriage, because that was one of the cards one of the questions you wanted to ask. I've never gotten, every time I read on them, that they were going to get a divorce. But this may be the straw that breaks the camel's back.
Spending all this time together at home now with the kids.
Although couples who crook together. If you crook together, albeit unsuccessfully, but if y'all can crook together, you may stay together. Also, too, you can't.
If nothing else, so that you don't get asked to give testimony on the spouse.
You can't snitch on your spouse.
That's right.
No, we don't even have to read on it. We answer our own damn question. I'm like, you're not leaving me right now. We staying through this.
Yeah, you staying married to me because you aren't giving up any of my bank account info.
Can't snitch on your spouse, which is why I'm pretty sure why my parents get married until they did. But
I'm getting their marriages secure.
Yeah.
There is something tangible coming out about them. Their challenge is to, be sneaky about it.
Mm-hmm.
Something involving their work that everybody's going to have a different perspective on what they were doing and what they were calling work. Something is moving forward that's just going to be a nightmare for them. And it has to do with steady money that was coming in. Mm-hmm. There will be an action that's taken against them. I would say Nancy in the House, like when they start investigating after there's a change in the White House, they're going to find out some stuff that they've been doing for a long time. So it's going to get referred to a court probably.
Yeah. Again, I get a 9 of Wands for them, a 5 of Cups in regards to their marriage. So there's definitely this. It's not. Here's the thing. I specifically asked do they stay together? And I get the Sun at the base of this. So yes, that's always one of my positive cards. They will. However, here's where I'm like, this is going to be interesting. The outcome again is the World card. So there's this big change. Maybe it's even how it may even be that they may want to, but out of convenience, depending on what happens with these courts, they may not. Ooh. Thank you, guys. I wonder if this could go 2 ways. They either initially may want a divorce and actually may do it, but then end up snitching on each other because then we're no longer spouses, so we can snitch until our faces turn blue. But it may be the divorce proceedings may drag out a little too long that they end up having to stay together so they don't snitch on each other. And they're like, you know what, here's the big change. I hate you, you hate me. Let's agree that we hate each other. We're not going to like each other anymore, but we stand damn together because what you not fin to do is tell on me and put me in jail.
Yeah, they're going through a rough patch, a rough transition here, but they're committed to staying together, but somebody's sleeping on the sofa. Somebody's out in the cold in this relationship. So they're committed to staying together, but somebody's out in the cold. So
I feel like it's Skeletor's ass that's the one sleeping on the couch.
Somebody's Skeletor. Somebody's sleeping in the doghouse.
It's Skeletor. It's Skeletor. Because think about it. I'm throwing cards. Let me calm my black ass down. But think about it, right? Let's think about it.
She's too thin. She doesn't have enough fat on her to survive in the winter outside. Now he could. He's got enough weight on him. He could survive in the winter.
He's sleeping on the bed because he's like, I'm girthy. I can't fit on a couch. I need a whole king size bed. You're Skeletor. You weigh 5 pounds. Go sleep on the couch. And I forgot what I was going to say because that's what happens. I was too damn petty and I forgot the point. See what you do to me, Jen.
I'm tugging the petty boots up a little higher because we're just going to get pettier here.
Told you it's going to be a wild ride. Let's look at, I still love calling it PP tape part 2, but you call it whatever you want to call it, Jen, about Melania.
But Melania's got an aide, Stephanie Winston Wolkoff, that says she's going to reveal tapes of Melania disparaging Trump and making harsh comments about Ivanka. Or not, Ivanka. Yeah. So does she have tapes, first of all? Stephanie Winston Wolkoff, does she have tapes of Melania? And are we going to see them?
PP tape part 2.
Ooh, sneaky.
PP tape part 2.
You know what I get a feeling?
What?
that she recorded conversations with Melania in New York. Now, if you saw Mary Trump recording her aunt, she got away with it in New York because you only need one person in New York to agree to secret taping, and you can get away with it in New York. I think she taped her in New York when Melania stayed at Trump Tower because, quote, Barron was in school. Never mind that the Access Hollywood tape had come out and she didn't want to go live with Trump.
There's an agreement. So they set this ass smooth up. There are two people involved in this because I get the Two of Cups, right? That their plan was to be a burden to Melania, to set it up, basically. They spooked her to leave her out in the cold, the skin to survive the pinnacles. I do think, but however, there's this empty promise behind it too. Like this is what they're trying to do, but they don't know if it's going to hold steady with the Page of Cups. I think there's something that exists. I just don't know if it's as strong as they need it to be to do the damage they're hoping to do.
Yeah, I had two cards that fell out. Like, this is a yes card for me. She's definitely got tapes, and I think she's got a steady supply of them. So I think she's got more than one.
You get a tape, and you get a tape, and you get a tape.
Her challenge is this went on for a long time, so she's got a lot of tapes. She's got them in a secure place, and she's talking about I'm going to release them. I get she will move forward releasing them.
Yeah.
And Trump is going to have to start working on his image again because this. Oh my God. I feel like because I'm getting my Mother Russia Putin card and the death card, which has changed. Like it might affect how Putin looks at Trump.
I get because I'm wondering if that's who is being shown to me as the King of Wands. Could be Putin. Something because I'm like, why is this person being represented? I get a lot of wands. That's so fascinating. Wands. They're definitely setting up their strategy too. Because they want to be successful. They want justice. I had said this a while ago. I don't know. Don't quote me how long. But I said, be prepared because people who are going to start spilling and speaking, it's going to be from September up. They're going to remember how Comey coincidentally put that damn Hillary email out like 2 days before the damn election?
Yeah.
We're going to see this, but in reverse. I just don't know how successful it will be because, again, the Trump base, they don't care. I just don't know. But this is part of that strategy.
This is going to surprise a lot of people. And I get, it's quite destructive. And it also shows some of the treachery that's been going on with Trump and Melania.
Yeah.
And some of the lies that Melania has put up with.
I think some of the lies that she may have told too. I think what's going to be so surprising about this, because when you said that, my ear started like thumping really hard, was up until now, everybody's kind of seen her as, okay, a lot of people have seen her as this victim. And now these tapes are going to show not only is she not the victim, but she's also the perpetrator of a lot of this malfeasance.
She's an opportunist. She is a big time opportunist.
And for entertainment purposes, only YouTube. Don't forget, she's part of that Epps thing.
Yeah.
She used to help bring girls to him and Miss GM.
So let's ask, what is one thing that she's going to have on the tapes that we don't know about Melania and Trump? Tell us about one thing that's going to come out.
Woo, I hope I'm ready for this one. I hope it has nothing to do with them humping donkeys or anything. I don't put it past them at this point.
No golden showers, please.
Part 2, man. P2, P squared. I get that I pulled, I don't even need to go anymore. It's not even so much of a surprise, but so I pulled Kipper, the privileged lady, which is Melania. has received gifts of money, gifts from probably other foreign dignitaries way before. This dates back even before their marriage. Okay. So they're going to see her, like you said, opportunist, in that their paths they converge at some point, and that convergence again is about they both are greedy as hell, and they like money. They like being showered with gifts. And I think what's going to come out is I'm hearing Russia. These entanglements, bribes. That's what I'm looking for. A lot of bribery is going to come out from these tapes. And not only did she sit back and smile, but she was part of it. You have to pay me and pay him. We're both the power.
There's something coming out that's going to cause legal issues. I've got like something tangible on the tapes, and something that Trump and Melania were fighting about. It burdens them, and it causes a lot of anxiety. It had to do with gifts of money that Melania took, disguised as work, like salary or whatever, or she wanted to hide it under, or an LLC. And I get it's not good for her. There's also some things that she says about his bullying her, Trump bullying Melania. So I think she might talk about getting abused a little bit, beat up a little, and how she feels trapped.
I could see that. I've got main male and toilet labor. So I could see that. Yep, that.
And how she's just hanging on with the old guy, she's just hanging on.
Again, like we said with George and Kellyanne, birds of a feather, they didn't just start this, when couples who crook together tend to stay together. We just know that, she got what she needed up until the election and couldn't leave. That was part of her signed agreement. Have you guys read on them? Because, she's renegotiating her prenup.
I thought she had finished renegotiating it.
I had just read Saturday that she's renegotiating it again, which makes me think, because the first thing I thought of is she's trying to set this up. So if he if he wins or if he doesn't win, can she get out? And what I'm hearing is that she was trying to set it up so she can leave regardless, whether he wins or not.
Yeah. And having, siphoning off some money for herself. Well, these tapes, supposedly, Melania talks about Ivanka also. So has harsh comments for Ivanka. So what's she going to tell us about Ivanka?
What does she say about Ivanka?
Daddy, don't listen to your wife.
I'm not dumb, Daddy, I promise. Let me stop being rude. Okay, that wasn't rude. That was just kind of.
Go away, Daddy, or go away, Melania. I want to sit in Daddy's lap.
Oh, damn it. I need to spray after that one.
It threw up in my mouth a little bit. Sorry, guys. Purely for entertainment purposes only.
I threw up out loud. That didn't hit the mouth. That came up out the throat. That's a good one. What did she say about
Ivanka?
Because we all know they don't like each other. So, Ian. I'm cold. Vision. I'm not really getting it. Just gotta leave. I will tell you this: that may be one of the first tapes they released, though. Yeah, is whatever she said about Ivanka. I wonder if that's going to be. I think that's going to be the stepping stone. Because I get the Eight of Wands, speedy communication, speedy action, followed by the Ace of Wands. I think she's going to talk a lot about Ivanka's hustling people out of money. A lot of Ivanka's deals, because I'm getting a lot of Pentacles, Five of Pentacles in particular, and how she tried to do it. I've got the Hermit card with it too. How she's trying to do it in the sly and in the hush.
Mm-hmm.
But really, again, we've got this Page of Cups here, so this kind of empty, and then making a lot of empty promises to people that didn't come out to fruition. But also too, I'm getting justice. So she's going to talk about all the shady money, how she tries to do, how Ivanka tries to do it in the hush, and then also spill the tea on maybe some court cases that we may not even know about with the justice card.
She's got some hidden knowledge that's going to put people in defense mode that are going to be on that tape. And I've got on the bottom here the lovers, and at the root of this, the Two of Cups.
Yeah.
She's going to talk about their marriage, Ivanka and Jared's marriage, and in particular Jared here, and how they're just kind of hanging on like it's kind of a fake marriage, just like Melania's. But she's going to talk about how they were taking gifts of money from the government that they're going to end up in court over.
Yep.
Things that they tried to cover up, things that Barr has tried to cover up for them. So probably some of those cases that have been referred to the DC courts and we haven't heard all about them. Yeah. Yep. They're going to get a little hurting.
I wonder also, let's keep in mind this too. And I just, again, forgive me, and I'm sorry for being ugly, but I got to call it like I see it. My third eye is just saying, spill it. Remember, these are tight circles, right? Everybody kind of runs with whomever. I wonder too if Jared's boyfriend, his identity may get leaked in some of these tapes too.
Let's look. Let me ask.
Boyfriend. Dude,
these guys are fair game for asking any question, in my opinion, because they're so corrupt and so
right.
Yeah, so I have no problem getting petty on them.
I'm just going to see. Well, whatever's going to happen, it's a major change. That's the first card I get is the death card. But I want to know, is his goal? Yes, it is. Woo! I love it when my spirit guides are petty too. Yeah, I get the star. I think his entanglements, for those of y'all who paid attention to the Jada Smith, Will Smith entanglement, August, April, May, June, July situation. My next card was the star card. So yeah, I think we're going to find his boyfriend, girlfriend. Some of that information is also going to be out there. We're going to actually, but I think it's going to be an identity because that's what I asked specifically.
Yeah, she's going to sit on that tape, I think, for a little bit. She's going to leak some of the others out first, and then before she gets to that, and then boom, yes, here, this is the yes aces for me, and the sun card are yes cards.
Yeah.
So yes, she's got something secret on Jared about. I feel like it's a relationship that ended. Something changed with it.
But
it feels like it was a younger man.
He likes the young boys. Him and Lindsey Graham like the youngins. I asked if it was going to come out before or after the election. I'm getting it may will come out after because the White House is at the center of this to kind of see who is how the election turns out. And I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if that tape comes out like almost immediately after election night.
I almost feel like there were some payoffs to a younger man. And I feel like some of that may be coming out, like putting Jared in defense mode here, questions being asked. So kind of like Trump paid off porn stars. I feel like Jared might have paid off a younger man, and it's going to come out in a court case here.
I'm telling y'all, Cash App has the receipt.
Some kind of illegal payment to a lover.
I'm telling you, Cash App is the receipt. Check his Cash App or his Venmo because it's on there.
He's going to be burdened over moneyed news.
Yeah. Well, that's something in him and, as Jay said, we were saying earlier, that's something that him and Lady G have in common. They like the young pretty boys. I do too. I'm just saying, but I'm also out here not in these streets perpetrating like I don't. So let's keep going. We got a couple different options how we want to take this. Do we want to look at DeJoy in the USPS? Do we want to go to Trump taxes?
Let's look at Cy Vance.
Yeah. Okay. Little backstory for those of you guys who do not know who this person is. Cy Vance is a Democrat. He actually says one of the first sentences when you look at him, he's a Democrat. Attorney General in New York. Remember they've been going back and forth. Trump's team just lost that battle again about, yes, you've got to release the taxes. The damn Supreme Court said, show me the paper, right? So Trump's attorneys are doing one more last ditch effort, right? They were supposed to go ahead and drop the receipts this week, end of last week, I believe, early this week. However, Cyrus was like, I'm gonna let you, he came up with some kind of agreement and was like, I'm gonna let y'all keep working this little legal deal out. So basically he delayed the agreement to go ahead and make them cough up the tax records, right? How, Sway? Why is that? What kind of agreement? What's going on with this?
He shelved it, but it can be a temporary shelving because Trump's lawyers are taking it to an appellate court with 3 judges, I think. Mm-hmm. So I'm kind of like, okay, is he just temporary shelving it so he goes one more time through the appellate thing and then it's done and he'll do the subpoenas? Mm-hmm. So is it a permanent shelving or is it a temporary shelving of the subpoena?
Permanent or temporary? Permanent or temporary?
Let's start there.
Permanent or temporary?
Because there's no reason to take it back to the Supreme Court. They already ruled on it. So
show it, right?
It's like, is he just giving them enough rope to hang themselves one last time in the appellate court?
Not to mention the judge who just read over the case was like, you got to show it. Supreme Court said you got to show it. I'm upholding what the Supreme Court says. But he just allowed this another delay. What does he have? What's the strategy behind this? Because I'm very curious. So first question, is this permanent or temporary delay? Ooh, interesting. I think it's temporary, but I don't think that this is going to play out the way he was thinking it would. Whatever his strategy is, maybe he was thinking he could put more in his favor. I think it may have weakened whatever case he has. But I do get, yes, it is temporary. I also have the Ace of Swords reversed, which is interesting because I never have reverse cards. It starts with the Tower, so things are just crumbling, falling apart. King of Pentacles, so again, Trump's people hold this burden with the money, but Wheel of Fortune too. Luck is going to change, and they are going to have to. It's temporary. They are going to release it. I just think whatever he's trying to, he has up his sleeve. Cat he has in the bag. I don't necessarily think this was. The time may not bode well for him, the way he thinks it will.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting. What do I have on the bottom? He's got support for this. And I was going to say, I feel like he's working with Letitia James, who's also investigating, like she wants to dispose Eric Trump in a legal sense. We'd like to dispose of him in other ways, right? But like in the investigations on Trump.org and all of that mess. So he did this new action. The challenge is that he seems to be making Trump and everyone very anxious. And that seems to kind of be part of the goal. Like he thinks, okay, I've got Letitia over here also doing investigations. Somebody may be more likely to spill some beans. So it's a structuring, what's the word? Strategy.
Yeah.
In how he's structured to do this. Like he's celebrating. So yeah, slight delay here. And then, he starts getting prepared for things. Yeah, the thing that he's been blocked from, he will secure. He's going to get the taxes. So, judgment's going to go in his favor. I think he thinks Trump's lawyers are just howling at the moon, taking it to another court. He gets the victory card, and then what hits the fan.
Yeah. James brought up a good point, and that's kind of like something that I was, the cards were telling me I was picking up. This whole trying to run out the clock may backfire. That's kind of why I'm wondering if that is both of their strategy, but particularly Vance's strategy. I don't know if that's going to, there may be a little hitch in the giddy up. You know what I'm saying? Like he may almost get caught with his pants down and have to quickly act very quickly at last minute.
Okay, I got something else we got to read on with Cy. Thank you, Linda and Renee.
Yes. Oh my, and Linda. Yeah. Thank you so much.
So is Cy Vance going to indict a sitting president?
Oh.
Is Cy Vance going to indict a sitting president? Because he just has to wait till September for this little appellate thing to be over with, and then.
Can I be honest with you? I've always thought, and I don't know if this isn't necessarily spirit guides, this is just Adrian's petty guides. The state of New York was going to be the ones that are like, guess what, pimp? Boop! Indictment. I've always felt the state of New York was going to be like, screw this made up law.
Yeah.
We're going after that ass. Thank you so much, Miss May.
Barr, trying to, firing Berman, getting him out of there and trying to get Clayton in there. And instead Berman got Aubrey Strauss in there. And then we have Letitia James and Cy Vance in the other, district. It's like, I want to know, is Cy Vance going to indict a sitting president?
Indict the sitting president.
And Jared was supposed to show up, for his disposing with Letitia James and didn't show up. So now she's having to
ass off. That's not going to pay off well for him later.
These people that think they can just ignore a subpoena. It's like, hold them in contempt. Haul them in and hold them in contempt. Subpoenas are legal.
They're going to try it. There's a lot. Okay. They're weighing out how to do it. What's going to be the best strategy? There's a little bit of indecision and juggling. They're more juggling with the Two of Pentacles, not able to make the decision. However, or they're trying to come up with the decision. This is Vance and Letitia James with the Two of Cups, seeing eye to eye, trying to get this through. There is strength behind them, though. Okay. So they're trying to make sure. It's like when you get, I don't know why, like a good rental car, and you're like, I'm gonna drive this like I stole it. I'm gonna make sure that I'm gonna run all my errands while I've got this good running rental car. I don't know why that's the analogy just came with, but we're gonna run with it, right? So I'm gonna do everything I need to do with this borrowed car and drive this bitch like I stole it, because while I've got it good, I want to make sure I do everything I can with while I have it. And it ends with the Nine of Cups. The Nine of Cups. I think whatever they have, I'm not getting a definite yes card, but I'm thinking whatever information they have, whatever they would try to take to the courts, it's a strong foundation, and there may be enough where they can actually pull it off.
I feel like they're mulling it over.
Mm-hmm.
Too. I'm with you on that, but it's like knock knock. Here's a subpoena. Crash, bang, tower.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to burden you with some court cases here. Yeah. Got any regrets? Yeah, I think so. Mm-hmm. But I think it's somebody in the family. So
not necessarily Trump, but somebody in the family.
Yeah. So one of the kids, and it's in partnership with something I think going on with Letitia James.
Mm-hmm. That's her and him.
So
I saw that one.
Trump's involved in it. The White House is involved in it. And the hidden knowledge, but I feel like with Trump, they're going to wait till he loses the election, so they're not going to mess with the election. But I feel I get my yes card that they will indict a sitting president. So I think, but between the election and January 21st, they're going to indict a sitting president to prove yes, you can.
Yeah,
because as Letitia James keeps saying, nobody's above the law.
Nobody.
I love that woman.
That also explains too some of the juggling and the indecision that I got earlier, because that's probably what they're weighing out. When will it be the strongest? Do we kick the dog while he's down?
Well, I think they don't want to get accused of election meddling, so they're going to wait till after the election, like after everybody's cast their ballots, whether we know, the winner yet or not, and then boom.
That's when that makes sense. That explains why, because they're trying to trot out that strategy, son. That's New York. That's my attempt to being New York. They're trying to get that strategy together. Let's take. We looked at. Did we actually look at Eric Trump though? What did that?
No, we haven't yet. We got to look at Eric because Letitia's got that new investigation on him and Trump ward, and he didn't come for his disposing, so he's got to go subpoena him in. So how's Eric Trump going to do?
Mind you, if I get a speeding ticket and I don't pay that bitch on time or show up to contest it in court, they're gonna block off my whole damn street for my black ass to throw me in the pokey. But he can not show up.
Yeah. Just nope, I'm not there.
This is beneath me. I don't need to go. Bro, really?
Daddy said not to go. I was gonna go. I thought it was okay. He's not the bright one.
The other one's not bright either, but this one is.
he's exceptionally not bright. Yeah, we make a lot of money off Russia.
This is with Eric. He very obviously looks not bright. At least with Don Jr., like if you look real quick, you don't catch the heat, but Eric has that I'm not very bright look on his face. Yeah. I'm not saying he's ugly. That's not what I'm trying to say.
He's a little bit of deer in headlights, so he doesn't think before he speaks. I don't always either, so I don't mind to talk, right?
The sad part is I think before I speak, and foul mess still comes out of my mouth. So.
But I haven't committed a bunch of crimes, so.
Right. I show up when I get a deposition to a court hearing. Okay. What was the specific question?
How's Eric going to do with Letitia James?
Gotcha. That explains these cards. Not damn well. It's going to be bad. There's the poverty card, so actually being out in the cold, actually losing. It may impact his health too. I'm thinking also mental health with the bad health card.
Yeah, I don't think he's mentally as strong as the other kids. Like they shake him up, a little bit more.
He's not. Whoever he was in an agreement with someone. I'm wondering if this is dad. I can't say it's daddy because that's the mature man. There's somebody that he has that he thought he had an agreement with that could kind of help protect him. Followed by the community. They gonna snitch. For some reason, I'm getting he's gonna be set up to fail.
It's almost like like there's a premeditation involved. There's a planning, a prepping with him. He's going to have a treacherous time with Letitia. His challenge is to have a circle of support around him. Like, hey, where's my family? Where's my support? I don't have anybody. And, he's involved in steady money flow that they're going to be investigating. Letitia's going to take a new action on him. And he's put in defense mode. There's gifts of money and there's more money news and there's more investigators. So, things that he worked on. And there's something he lied about that involves the White House with the money. There's something he lied about that he's going to get caught in. I agree, Jennifer. I think he is the fall guy. And I think this is part of setting up that strategy to make him the fall guy. Because they know it's Eric. Yeah, I did a reading. I think it was in December of 2018, and I asked the question, "Will Trump throw his kids under the bus?" And I got, in a heartbeat.
And back up over them, and then drive back over them again.
Yep, thump.
Wait, gotta back up.
There's butthead.
Absolutely, he would.
purely for entertainment purposes. Only again, YouTube.
Absolutely insane. I want to take this a little bit to the left, if you don't mind.
Okay.
Because I want to make sure this was a question that came up twice in the community post. So now that Trump has gone out and so for those of you guys who don't remember her name, Marjorie Taylor Greene, that bat crap crazy lady in Georgia who was unfortunately most likely going to win and become a representative for the state of Georgia, who is a proud QAnon supporter and swears she acts like she's best friends. I believe in Q. Q is trying to save our democracy, and Trump is the one who's going to help us save between Trump and Q. Man, shut up. You sound crazy.
When you say I believe in Q, you say I believe in Russia because it started with Russian propaganda.
So, which goes to my point that I'm finna make. So now that Trump has basically touted and supported her, are we going to see more people vocally supporting QAnon? More representatives, more people who are in government.
I said this last night in our live stream. When they nominated Sarah Palin as the VP, the Tea Party movement, boosh, just blew all up and was all over the Republican Party. And then, now it's QAnon. It's like the Tea Party movement all over again, but on steroids and with lies and propaganda and just crap.
It is. I was listening to a podcast that's called Majority 54, and it's if you guys have not listened to it, it's quite fantastic. Jason Kander is the host. He basically is trying to talk to the 54% of people who did not support, who didn't vote for Trump, how to give them talking points to that they did, right? And so that was kind of one of the things they were talking about in the recent episode was this kind of happens. You see these crazy ass pendulum swings back and forth. And to your point, Jeanette, basically is QAnon is the new Tea Party, which they said typically goes well and doesn't go well. But I had to kind of catch them. I was like, but look at Tea Party in essence led to how we have Trump.
Yeah.
So don't sleep on this and stop. We've got this one criticism I have about the Democratic Party. We tend to just go, oh, that's crazy. Nobody's going to fall into it. But yet they do.
They do. It's like you can tell them till you're blue in the face. It's propaganda and they're going to believe it.
And do well and succeed because, again, that's another big reason why we got 45. Yep. So let's see if there's going to be, if this Taylor chick is going to be the kickoff now that Trump has given her his blessing.
Well, I got a yes card right on the bottom. Yes, it's going to continue with the ace of, and feeding on emotions. Because if you repeat a lie enough, there are some undiscerning people that will believe it. So the challenge will be to bring them to justice because they're going into high places and they're preying on people's logic or lack thereof. It's breaking everything apart. They're victorious at doing this. I think, they're kind of like hijacking the image of the Republican Party, and there he is, the devil. They're stuck with the devil. They're the Republican Party, unless they get these people out, is hijacked. They will continue to move forward. Mm-hmm. I think the Republican Party is going to end up splitting. I think it's going to get such an extreme. It was bad enough when it was Tea Party as a faction of it. Yep. Now that it's QAnon and it's just batshit crazy, let me just put it like that. Yep. Once it went there, they're gonna end up separating the party. It's even pulling it together.
That's almost exactly what my cards are telling me because they kind of tap into also kind of this nostalgia of, again, that keeping America great did not just pop out of nowhere, and it hasn't sustained itself with it being completely full of crap for no reason, right? I see a lot of walking away though with the Six of Swords and the Eight of Cups. What I think that means is that there are going to be Republicans who are like, this is too much, this is too crazy. Mm-hmm. And this is where you start to see the division within the Republican Party, right? There's a lot of strategy and sneakery behind this with the Seven of Wands and the Seven of Swords. There's going to keep hope alive. This is the Lover's card. There are people, there is an entity that's going to feed this to keep it growing, to keep it maintaining, i.e. Russia, like you said, right? The luck is going to change, though, with the Wheel of Fortune, and what you get is the end with this Rose sitting here with her cheesecake looking mighty satisfied with this Nine of Cups. I believe that is the birth of this new pocket. I think it's going to start small. It will blow up, but then it's going to constrict itself again. I would not be surprised within 5 to 10 years if we see them lining that up as the new presidential candidate, new group, and then we've got 4 to 8 years from now, this QAnon-backed presidential candidate versus a Democrat.
I mean, they should have learned when Alex Jones started all the crap about, that Sandy Hook didn't happen and gotten a lawsuit over it. They should have learned then, like, okay, we can't listen to these people that lie, but they're just not discerning. It's like, oh my gosh, they will vote Republican no matter who it is. It's just ingrained to them to vote Republican and not be discerning about it.
And we got to look at also adding to that in the psychological aspect behind this too. In times of extreme uncertainty, that is how conspiracy theories are born and given credence. When you can't trust what you can see, what's right in front of you, when your life is so uncertain, this may make sense. Here's something that's so crazy, it's plausible, it can happen, and there's so much comfort in believing that version of a story.
Well, even on Morning Joe this morning, I was watching it, and they were talking about a poll that they did in Kentucky, where Rand Paul wanted to, in the rural areas, you only get mail once or twice a week.
Yeah.
And so they went out and polled the rural areas. And sadly, the Republican people out in the rural areas to support their party said, we're okay with only getting mail, once in a blue moon. It's like, oh my God, people.
Yeah.
Pay your taxes. You deserve to get your mail every day like everybody else.
It's always so fascinating. Voting against your own interest is so freaking fascinating.
Sacrificing their own interests, to keep Republicans in power. Why?
Speaking of mail and keeping Republicans in party, let's talk about the joy for a second. I know you had a question. And I have a particular question. Go ahead.
Katie Porter had a lot of fun with him today, I think. She was on her game as usual and ripped him up. So I'm just wondering, well, the postal workers also are defying DeJoy's things in the USPS. So in Washington State, they put back some of the sorting machines. And in Texas, they were trying to, but some of them were missing parts, because they dismantled them. So they haven't found all the parts to put them back. But Texas is trying to put the sorting machines back. So the postal workers are defying DeJoy. So are we going to see more of this? Are we going to see more postal workers making things right so that they can deliver their mail and do their job? Becca said Katie went home barefoot because both her shoes are up to Joy's backside.
Side note, speaking of shoes, I don't know why this made me, I just thought about this. Remember that time that reporter threw those shoes at Bush and he did the...
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, he's had a shoe thrown at him before because that man's reflexes are not that strong, and he did it real quick.
Pretty fast.
I was like, Nuck that was my name for him, was Nuck. I was like, Nuck has had, Laura has probably thrown some shoes at him before. Okay. Yeah, let's see. Are they going to, so it's going to be more of this.
Defying DeJoy's orders and writing things at the post office across the country.
I think so. They're going to share tactics too. You're going to see, starting with the Six of Pentacles, they're going to do it covertly, though, kind of behind the scenes. It's going to be like this silent revolt, if you will, because they want things to go back to how they were. Nostalgia with the Six of Cups. Judgment. They want him to pay for this. Okay, this is more than just mama and pop not getting their medication, not getting their SSI. They see that this is really, really bad. I get the Nine of Pentacles reversed. So or did the deck? Nope, these are reversed. And then the Nine of Pentacles reversed, and then he's gonna whatever all the actions they do. So they're gonna tip everything over, kind of also expose where the money has been hidden, and it's gonna end up it's gonna make him hold his guns even more, which is gonna make him look like more of a jackass. This is gonna cause more reputational damage for him, is what I'm getting.
There's going to be more surprises like this. They're working together. So to your point, they're collaborating. Like, okay, how are you doing it? What are you doing? There's working together on this. It's a team effort. The challenge is the Joy and the White House sitting here. They've been working on this for a while, and they do have that sense of nostalgia, wanting things to go back. Yeah. And they're looking at the votes too, and wanting to be able to handle them. So I get the Ace of Swords and the Ace of Wands, new actions, new thoughts, new logic. Those are two strong yes cards in one spread. And they're making plans of what else they can do. They're going to try to transition things as best they can. God bless them.
Because again, this is more than just mama and pop getting their pills and they're getting their SSI checks. This is their future. This is their jobs. This is their livelihood, on top of it being completely messed up. I haven't looked at the Joy energetically. I just wanted to take a quick look at him, kind of see what are his deficiencies. And Jesus, Mary, Mother, Joseph, Abraham, Muhammad, Buddha, Krishna, Ganesha, and Allah. This man has a lot of
Lord have all the mercies.
All the mercies. Normally there's a theme, right? You'll get, sacral chakra. They'll match up. This bastard is across the line deficient. And I only pulled 4 cards. So first starts off with his sacral chakra, particularly the self-esteem card. Remember, your sacral chakra is your house of action, right? Everything that he does is based on the fact that he's got low self-esteem. He wants to seem bigger and better than what he really is. That's what guides him to get that confidence and that praise, even though he knows in his mind he's a little man. This man is also not forgiving. It would not surprise me if some of this that he does is being vindictive. We're going to find out more about. There's just going to be layers and layers that we get into this, that we find out that there's also his inability to let go. Maybe somebody wronged him, something that's happened in the past that's a big catalyst for why he is so easy to just go into a role like this and mess everything up and not even look twice and not even think about it, right? That heart chakra, that inability to give and love and have compassion. Sacral chakra, he's also ruled by emotions, again, which doesn't surprise me. Low self-esteem, can't forgive easily, also is ruled by emotions. Does that sound familiar to anybody? Could his Gemini twin be the man in the White House?
Yeah.
And then grounding. He has absolutely no ability to connect to anything with his root chakra.
Yeah, he's got poor judgment. He likes getting attention, like Trump, and all these cups cards and stuff. He thinks he's being fair and balanced, and he thinks he's being victorious at wrapping this up. But he's doing it for his own image and for the circle of support that he operates within. So it's emotions. It's cups. So he thinks he's secure in his job. He thinks he's fine. He was kind of laughing in the house today.
Like, dude, really?
Yeah.
You lied the first day, and then today you're just defiant.
Thank you, me, myself, and I. I thought I saw
I was waiting. I was trying to wait till you stopped talking before I said I didn't want to cut you off.
Yeah. I try to help you keep up with them, because I know when I'm doing readings, I miss a lot of them.
I see them come. I just hate interrupting people when you're going on you were spilling your tea, Jen. You were spilling the tea, teaching us, getting us the knowledge.
talking about Lord have all the mercy. I told Johnny, I said, I want a Lord have all the mercy, I'm a nasty woman t-shirt. Like yesterday. I want one.
That may need to happen.
Yeah.
That may need to happen. I want to do one more from the questions that I have, just because I think while it's on the topic of the USPS, and I did a reading last week, is the USPS a distraction? And if you guys watched the video, the answer I got was yes. There's something else going on. This is part of a bigger scheme, a bigger distraction. And I always ask myself, what is the distraction? Is it more Russia? Are they going to kind of come in and mess, get everybody so scared that then they just go out and vote by mail, but really people who vote in person, or get more people to vote in person so they can tamper with the voting machines, like they did on a lower scale in 2016, have since then perfected the technology and are going to, rumor has it, going to try to unleash it again in 2020. I actually got an alternative. I got a partial answer, and Jen, I hope, can you humor me? Maybe we can read in on this.
Okay.
So there's something called propensity voters. If you guys don't know what that is, propensity voters are people who tend to not vote because of anything that gets in their way. So like, oh my God, it's raining, I'm not going to vote. Or, the system doesn't work, I may vote if everything works well, but you're making it too difficult, I don't want to vote. That is that's why disenfranchisement for voting and voting suppression is so successful, because they know they can target the propensity voters, right?
Or they think, oh, nothing's going to change, why should I vote?
But it's more for propensity voters. It's and again, I love the way that Jason Kander explained this on Majority 54. It is the people who are particularly anything that makes it more difficult to physically go vote. They have the propensity to just not show up. 9 times out of 10, you can bet they're not going to show up. So it's not even so much the system's rigged, it's not going to work. These are people who actually, if it's raining, may not actually show up. Okay.
Wow. Okay.
So was this part to get into the head of the propensity voters? You can't even vote by mail, so we're going to make it so difficult for you. Is that what I actually wrote down the question perfectly? Hold on.
Yeah. Any idea what percentage of the voters are like that, propensity voters? I would think it's pretty large.
Larger than you think. There's one of the statistics they gave out, there's actually almost 31%.
Wow.
So really think about it. 31% don't vote. If you make it difficult for 31% of the people to not vote, that's why voting by mail is so important. That's why there's trying to change how people vote is on the top of minds for Democrats, because they know we got to get to the propensity voters. If you ever wanted to know what that margin of people were called, now you know. They're called propensity voters. Was this set up to target these people? So now, knowing good and well that they probably weren't going to mess with the USPS that much, but was this a way to actually get at that 31%, knowing that they may not vote?
Let's see.
Just very curious. I'm like, okay. Sit down. I think part of it was, but I think this isn't working because it got so much attention. Yeah, the fortune's going to change against the pool. The plan was set, and they were waiting for the plan to set in motion. However, I think the House is probably going to get that bill, even though McConnell said if the $23 billion bill that the House passed, they probably won't get it. McConnell already said he's not going to do anything with it. They're going to get support and money some way, somehow with the 9 of Pentacles. So this, I think it was part of their tactic, but it blew up in their face with the Tower. This is not going to play out the way they thought it. This plan wasn't going to play out the way they thought it was.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting. I do get on the bottom, there's some treachery going on here with that. So I do feel like that was part of it, but I'm getting something else, which I picked up on this during the 2018 midterms. Mm-hmm. There's something sneaky going on. The challenge is to shine a light on it. Yeah. It has to do with Russia and the votes, and something that they've been talking to Russia about. I feel like they're going to shift votes. So what I think happens is, like, whether it's a handwritten ballot or it's you cast your vote on a machine, when they get the tallies, I think they're going in and changing the totals.
I have been feeling this for a while. There's a couple things I've been feeling, and I didn't want to read on it because I didn't want to seem, or record a video because I didn't want to seem conspiratorial. But I've always felt that's what they're going to try to do. That's one of their tactics.
Trump's losing, and they're trying to figure out a way to help him hang on. So they go in and they shift votes from here to there.
Yeah.
And, you know, it was just uncanny. And they do this in a lot of states. So, like, it happened here in Illinois in 2016. They suspect it happened in Georgia, but of course, Georgia wouldn't let the feds in to investigate it. But we know it happened here in Illinois, that they were hacking our voting rosters and voting machines. So I think they're, you know, when you look at what happened in 2016, he just barely eked out, you know, certain states. It's like they shift enough votes so he gets the electoral college vote, and then we're stuck with him.
Yep. I could totally see that, because they've got to run a very strategic front. Like, I'm going pure art of war here, right? So let's cause a lot of stir with the USPS, scare people enough to either vote wholly by mail, which we already got our boy in the corner. We can have him mess that up, or get people so leery on USPS that they go vote with the machines. Okay, good. Well, we know Russia's got that good to fix these votes.
Yeah. I mean, you look at what happens in Florida all the time when they have handwritten ballots or whatever, they lose them, you know, and they have to go find them, and then the whole Al Gore and Bush thing. I mean, Florida's just a mess in and of itself. But I do feel like a lot of the states are going to go blue if all the votes are counted accurately.
Yeah. And the Republican, they can't handle that.
Yeah. But they're going to have to count and recount to verify the totals, because I feel like when they submit the totals, that's when it gets changed.
Oh, this is rough. I've been saying this for a while. Y'all have been watching me. Stay woke, keep your head on a swivel, and pay attention. If you feel like something's off, it may be. And don't be afraid to report it. Don't be afraid to take pictures, keep evidence, do what we need to do.
Trump's talking about sending federal troops to the polls. So what? Walk by him and say, yeah, I'm voting him out.
Yeah. Take a picture with them. Hey, buddy, let's get this selfie real quick. Okay. Yeah. Do it. But just keep your head on.
It's an intimidation thing. Like, you know, if somebody's got outstanding parking tickets and they see all these police, you know, federal police there, maybe they're going to get worried they're going to get picked up. No, don't worry about it. They're federal. They're not your local.
Exactly.
Go in and vote.
Oh my gosh. I know you have a couple more questions you wanted to add, Jen, because we're a little bit over an hour and 30 minutes. I could keep going, but I know people have lives. So
I got to ask one more. Jerry Falwell resigned as president of Liberty University. You know, after his picture with his pants unzipped with the pregnant woman with her pants unzipped, and he thought it was just so cute and funny to do the same. Is he going to come back to Liberty? Is this a temporary? Because he's still going to be like on the board of directors or whatever,
right? Gross. That whole thing
he's just such a skank.
You know what I saw too while his britches were unzipped? I saw, like, thank you so much, Brandon. I saw like darkness shooting. Darkness and like tuna fish sandwiches. It just wasn't pleasant.
Oh, hey, Johnny.
Hey, y'all. Hey, Tara. What did he say? The pool boy said he was having an affair with
Will's wife.
I read that and I was like, ugh, who would want to watch that? But I guess the pool boy's into voyeurism. Is that the right term? I think
little voyeurism, little.
Will he come back? Will he come back? And every time I see him, I'm going to see those pants unzipped with tuna fish sandwiches in darkness shooting out of the hole. Sorry, I didn't mean to say shooting out of the hole. Y'all know what I meant. Sorry.
Like put a mask on that.
Whatever decision they had, their minds were made up because they get the Two of Swords reversed. Now I think they're done with the Four of Cups. He's not satisfied with the answer they gave. He's out, Empress, and I don't think he's going back. I think he's out.
Yeah, he's got regrets.
Mm-hmm.
He's having to wait. He's trying to find people to cooperate with him, but there's too much light shown on him. Well, hello, it's on camera. He's going to be quite smug about this, though. He's going to get a lot of attention for something else he's going to be working on, that he's working on with someone else. What are you working on, dude?
What is he working on? Let's see.
He's working with women on something. Oh, that's great. You took a photo with a woman with your pants unzipped. Now you're going to work with more women?
Great. So more women can see the darkness shooting out with the tuna fish sandwiches. Fantastic. Thanks. Yeah, I'm first card I get is Eight of Pentacles. They're gonna try to wrap it up quickly, but they're gonna have to. It's gonna be abrupt. You're gonna have to walk away from it. Whatever this thing he's working on, what is it? A lot of empty promises behind it. It's a major change. Yeah. It's not telling me what the project is, but I think it's whatever it is. It's done. As a result,
involving a bunch of women, it may be a way where he tries to redeem his reputation around women by doing something very visible with a women's group.
I don't think it's going to pay out, though. I don't think it's going to be. There's a major change in walking away. I don't think it's going to work out, or whatever his goal was for it. Whether it's redemption. Oh, look, I love women. I'm not the sketchy man.
I'm a married man, and I love women.
Man. No, because your pool boy already said he watched you and your wife bumping uglies all the time. And I mean uglies.
He's going to get asked an abundance of questions about this. And I got the devil. There's some kind of corruption involved with this, too.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, you just need to retire. Just retire.
Sit this one out. Just send it out. It's okay. You got some monies. Go sell trinkets on Etsy for a little spare cash.
He's going to get more attention on something. There's bad news coming to him. There's something else that's going to happen. So either it's another photo or a tape or something else. That dude's in trouble again.
It's not, whatever this little plan is, it's not going to work out.
Maybe all those women are going to report him or something, get him on sexual abuse.
Yeah. I think somebody in the comments was saying on top of the already existing allegations. That's what he already has. So good luck, I guess. So, yeah.
Well, thank you so much for letting me read with you. It was so much fun.
You for coming out and hanging out with me and all the vulgarities. And I'm still I don't think I can ever eat tuna sandwiches again now. I'm kind of grossed out. Thank you guys so much for coming to hang out with Jen and I and to watch. Thank you for all of the super chats. You guys are just cat snatching amazing. May that generosity be returned to you tenfold immediately. May you open up your wallet and you find some extra monies you didn't even know you had just because you were able to give it out. So thank you guys so much. Next week or this week, you're on Becca's channel, right?
Yeah, Sunday night will be on House of Lenormand.
Okay, so check them out for their Sunday spiel.
And we'll definitely have to get together and do this again. It's fun to read with you. I was holding off because I was like, I don't know if I can hold it together to read with Adrienne because she cracks me up. I'm usually crying, laughing when you're reading. It's like, oh my gosh, I don't know if I can get through it.
You're so sweet. I don't think I'm necessarily funny. I think I just have a twisted way of looking at things. That
And like me, no filter. Yeah, I'm an Aries, so I have no filter. It's out of my mouth.
It's just like, oh, and again, like I said, I think about it and it still comes out jackass. So thank you guys. Thank you, Jen, so much. You guys, again, this Sunday on Becca's channel. Check me out throughout the week. I'll have some other little cat snatching videos I put out on weird stuff. But until the next live, guys, take care of yourselves first, then take care of your friends and family, because you can't help them if you're tired and broken. That's
right.
And then after that, we can collectively take care of Mama Earth. Because if you haven't noticed, she's got a couple cretins that are residing down here who like to do whatever they need and want to, and we need to work on them. That's me doing my hands, my magic Reiki hands. We need to work on them. Bye, guys.
Bye, everybody.